The old marketing way is so annoying. We have bro kind of marketing, we have fear-based marketing, and these are tactics that have reigned for too long. What I want to delve into in this video is getting into that bro marketing and these other tactics using fear and look at how we can stay away from it when we're a heart-centered human doing work in this world. And also, I want to look at solutions to bring back more magic into what this world has called marketing, the aspect that's called FOMO. It's really become a common marketing tool, but even though we're all familiar with it, how does this really make us feel? What is it really doing at a nervous system level? So, spiritual entrepreneurship and those of us here that have a more heart-centered way of doing things, the healers, the way showers, etc., we're propelled by something that's very different. It's a sacred calling from within, and we want to illuminate, we want to transform the world. And so FOMO, it's really a trickster's manipulation rather than a source of inspiration. So let's dive in. So, bro marketing, what is it? Bro marketing is a term that's a style of aggressive, hype driven kind of marketing that relies on these high pressure tactics. These are sales tactics. And they have exaggerated claims, they have flashy promises, so big and grandiose, and it's associated with more of the male-dominated entrepreneurial circles that promote like this hustle and grind kind of mentality. But now it's anyone in that hustle and grind mentality. And better yet, it's related to this good old work hard and play harder nonsense, which, by the way, I fell for at one time. So I get how this world has trapped so many of us into thinking that is marketing, even though my soul has always known very differently what marketing is supposed to mean. This is a type of marketing that's focused on creating a sense of urgency. You're creating exclusivity. You're creating FOMO, which is, again, this fear of missing out, which you've seen all over the place. And the reason that is done is it's to push potential customers into buying quickly, often without giving them time to think or evaluate the product or service in a thoughtful manner. Now, let's look at this from the perspective of those of us who own missions in this world, or AKA, we run businesses that are here to really help humanity, here to really plug into assisting this earth, assisting the greater good. And so why would we ever want to create more fear? Why would we ever want to use FOMO? Isn't there enough fear already plugged into people's nervous systems day in and day out already? The answer is yes. There is already too much stress. There's already too much fear. So moving away from bro marketing, if we will, or we could say aggressive, not assertive, it's aggressive marketing, really can assist us to understand to how to really serve. It's serving versus always trying to figure out how to make more money. These are very different approaches to doing what we call business today. So some of the key tactics to bro marketing. So I've been in a marketing, sales, business development role. I was in corporate for 17 years, and then I launched my own mission. And in my own mission, I run several brands, and one of them is to assist humans that have a mission in this world to really get clear on their strategy, get clear on who they truly are, and bring their soul into their marketing. I call it sharing your magical gifts. So I look at this in a very different way. I have been in this marketing for a long time. We're talking over 25 years? 25 years. So that's a long time. And so I've seen this evolution. I've seen how this has changed. What is usually utilized is high pressure sales tactics. This is used both, of course, in person, but of course, virtually. This is what really a lot of these aggressive sales funnels online are utilizing. So it has limited time offers, last chance, and there's warnings and like red signals and like exclamation points and only a few spots left language that urges the customers, oh my God, I have to buy immediately. Except guess what? All of it is pretty much, there are some exceptions because, of course, there's only a few spots left. We can only have 20 people and there's 3 spots left. But most of this aggressive bro marketing, if we will, or aggressive marketing, they're utilizing lies and they're utilizing manipulation. So these marketing systems are meant to give the illusion of missing out, but often you could go back. So let's say you open a funnel and you're just getting constantly berated by ads or whatever. And you could leave it up on your screen and keep refreshing it for a month, even though they're saying we only have 3 days left and the timer on it will just refresh. So it never actually closes. And when it says it's closing down forever, that actually isn't true. So these are lies. These are pure lies. It also uses really flashy promises. So bro marketing uses visuals of this wealth and luxury and success. You'll see people using luxury cars or high-rise apartments or exotic vacations to imply that purchasing the product or joining the program will lead to the similar success. All of that materialistic crap that has no weight nor importance whatsoever in the real world. When we get to the real world, the natural, living, organic, beautiful world, what it is are traps. These are traps into materialistic consumerism. So what it's doing is it's feeding this beast of this inverted world even further. And then, of course, you have these other tactics like hype and overwhelm or overpromising. So they'll have overwhelming statements like instant results, overnight success, guaranteed outcomes. But unfortunately, there's no evidence, there's no explanations around this. What this is really looking at is the aggressiveness and the use of fear, manipulation, and lies. And the FOMO aspect, the fear aspect, the scarcity mindset aspect, this style really relies 100% on creating this scarcity. And so it makes potential buyers feel like they're missing out if they don't act quickly. Now, this is another yet really awful component to why bro marketing or aggressive marketing like that sucks. And honestly, it just has made this world, it's made it so much harder for those of us with hearts trying to reach the people that we're trying to serve in a really humane, non-aggressive, beautiful way. It makes it hard for us to reach those because everyone's getting bombarded by this kind of bullshit marketing. And sure, it can create fast sales. Sure, has significant outcomes for some folks, but it has significant downsides. For the plain fact that what happens, again, like I mentioned, it's hard for those of us like myself who are trying to serve people in this truly organic, beautiful, open-hearted way where there's no aggression, there's no lies, there's complete, genuine, honest truth. But what this bro marketing has done is it has eroded trust. Exaggerated promises lead to disappointment, lead to skepticism, and lead to this, I'm so tired of all this crap. And there are people that have 70,000 emails unread because they just don't even care. They're done with it all. And so what happens if they're on our email list, those of us that have caring hearts that actually want to help, we're not even getting through to them anymore. So that's a huge problem. Also, there's burnout. This is what really it leads to. It leads out, high pressure tactics lead to burnout. dropout rates, all kinds of issues like that. And this focus on short-term gains, bro marketing, aggressive marketing, tends to prioritize these quick wins over actually building what most of us heart-centered people want to do, is we want to build an actual relationship with these people. We want longevity in this relationship. So I believe and I know with every ounce of my being that there's an antidote to this bro marketing, aggressive marketing. And it's about heart-centered, authentic, and genuine marketing, or again, using my word, magick. And so for those of you who are like me, and this is what Team Goo is all about, sacred soul path illumination, utilizing genuine and authentic truth and beauty and love to guide and serve. And heart-centered marketing offers a genuine approach. It's about authenticity. It's about transparency. It's about building real connections. And this is, of course, instead of using these high-pressure tactics. And so as heart-centered beings, when we're doing marketing, when we're sharing our magick, we provide value. We focus on fostering trust. We invite people to engage when it feels right for them. And this alternative is very effective for any of us entrepreneurs and businesses, or I call us having sacred missions. So spiritually focused, healing arts, whatever it might be, but anyone who truly values building relationships in more of a actual community style approach. And it's about encouraging people to connect with their deeper motivations. And how that is done is you align your magick, you align your marketing messages with the values of the people that you serve. Because FOMO and fear have become this reigning tool, we can see how it creates this pain in our nervous system to always be on edge. I'm missing something big. Oh my God, it's once in a lifetime. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh no, I gotta do this. It's crazy. It creates this crazy, crazy energy. So for those of us that are really wanting to connect in these heart-centered ways, when we're driven by a mission to bring transformation to the world, we see FOMO for what it is, the lies and manipulations. We must market, we must share our gifts, is what the true term is, in a way that resonates with our higher purpose and the needs of our community, the planet, and our souls. So I want to change this approach, and instead of it being fear of missing out, I want the joy of joining in. JOJI. J-O-J-I. So this is Team Goo's philosophy. This is my philosophy. This is something that I want to create more and have and many others adopt, because this is based on authenticity. It's based on joy. It's about creating genuine connection. What this really means is connecting and fulfilling and serving to really drive value for the people for the humans that you're here to truly connect with and serve and assist in some way. Now, FOMO is really, again, is this scarcity aspect. And so what you want to stray away from as often as you can is don't miss out or last chance to join. This can create a sense of lack. There are other ways to say these things. You can instead say, the sooner that you join in, the sooner we have an opportunity to connect. If you truly only have a few spots left, don't say last chance to join, give them the full explanation. For example, you could say, I can only have 20 people in the room with me. 17 people have signed up. I can only take on 3 more people. If you join, so there's only 3 spots left, and I have to close down the registration by next Wednesday. So you have until next Wednesday to decide, but then I have to close this registration because I can't take any more people at that time. Give them a full, genuine response. We don't have to lie. We don't have to manipulate. And we don't have to tap into people's insecurities. So we don't also have to force people to make quick decisions. Now, does this mean that we don't get some of the quick wins? Maybe. But it also potentially can mean, oh, well, hey, maybe we are actually building relationships. That seems like a better approach to me. So all of this marketing, this aggressive marketing that has just taken hold of this world, it just really is disconnected from most of our values that we hold when we actually want to serve. True service to others. And when our work is about helping people find peace, purpose, wholeness, health in their bodies, which is what I call harmony in the body, using fear-based marketing means we are totally and 100% compromising our integrity. When we're here to uplift, empower, and support, we're not here to drive sales through scarcity. So this is why and how and where the joy of joining in, JOJI, comes in. So instead of relying on urgency, this approach is about focusing and creating an open, inviting space where people feel inspired to join in, not pressured to join in. It's about cultivating a sense of what we could say is a community and a connection that speaks to the abundance mindset that we aim to foster in this world. And certainly from my end, that is exactly in alignment with my integrity. So joy of joining in is a way better message and something that we can share with all of our clients and our connections. So the joy of joining in is a new philosophy that I really want to root deeply into this world. And the concept is rooted in inclusivity, not exclusivity. It's rooted in curiosity, genuine invitation. Rather than highlighting what people will lose if they don't participate, it emphasizes what people can receive, what joy, fulfillment, and alignment that they'll find when they do join in. It's an invitation to be a part of something so beautiful and transformational at the right time. And this prioritizes this transparent way of speaking. It's respect for the journey that each human is on and how we could potentially assist in that journey. And so instead of creating lack, what we're going to be creating by using a joy of joining in approach is a feeling of abundance. It's a message that there's room and there's enough available. And here's your invitation to come along on the journey or the quest. Instead of saying, don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime retreat, you might say, we'd love for you to join us if it feels like the right time for you. We are closing registration on this date, so if you feel called, join on this date, by this date. So it shifts the narrative from scarcity to instead focus on choice and alignment. The benefits of using this joy of joining in approach can do is it can actually build authentic community, or we could say authentic connection, because humans that resonate with you and your work, when they feel they are being invited in rather than sold to constantly, this changes the way that you have a relationship with them. And so you can grow with the people who are genuinely aligned with your values and your purpose. It also helps to cultivate trust again and creates a loyalty aspect, because when we think about it, when any of us feel respected and empowered in our decision making, they trust. We trust more. So trust builds loyalty. Loyalty builds true connection. And that is how the work can shift and how that can change. And it also encourages long-term growth rather than this short-term gain. The FOMO marketing generates quick sales. And so you're like, we made $1 billion in 3 months. Well, what happens to these companies? What I have seen, and I am not even kidding, that I would say most of the companies that I've worked with over my 20-year career that use these kind of aggressive tactics, or in agencies that I worked with that focused on these kind of tactics, if it was a mid-sized company, those mid-sized companies go straight out of business. No joke. Because they're not aimed for long-term growth, they're aimed for short-term gains. And that is a big difference in heart-centered approaches versus this aggressive stuff. Using the joy of joining in supports an abundance mindset rather than this scarcity mindset. Because what we're trying to do is nurturing the energy of abundance. The energy ripples out, helping both you and the people that you're there to serve, your customers, your audience, feel more grounded, feel more supported, and there is no pressure to keep up. And so how can you incorporate the joy of joining in into your sharing of your magical gifts, aka marketing? So you can implement this more heart-centered approach by remembering that marketing is sharing your gifts, sharing your purpose, and inviting people to join you on the journey in these beautiful things that you're creating, whether they're events, whether they're some kind of products or programs, etc. And so use inviting, warm language. The words that we use have powerful impact. Again, instead of saying, don't miss out, say, we'd love to have you join us. Here's why. Or join us when it feels right for you, but we're closing this event on this date. So hopefully you'll be joining us before then. Something of this nature. The language is more respectful, it's inclusive, and it helps people feel welcomed rather than like they're being forced to do something. Tell stories of transformation, not just focusing on these on results, right? The outcome is not actually, I always talk about the society that we live in, which is this, we are so focused on the before and after pictures, but I'm sorry, what about the in-between? What about the journey? For example, if you're promoting a retreat, highlight the joy, highlight the discovery, highlight the connection that participants experience. Let them see the human side of what you're offering. Storytelling really truly allows your audience to connect in the spirit of the journey rather than, and this client did this, and then this is what happened. There's a journey that happened in all of the in-between. Be very transparent about availability. While it's okay to mention limited availability if it's real, do so with complete transparency, as I mentioned earlier. If you said, we have a small group to ensure deep personal experiences, that's quite different, rather than saying only 2 spots left. So by saying the former, you're honoring the humans that you're asking to come join you, while only 2 spots left is creating scarcity, right? The next thing that can be done is encouraging engagement through genuine connection. So instead of using these countdowns, although countdowns can be quite effective because when you're invited to something, if there's a countdown, there's only a day left, right? These are actually not always a negative thing. It does depend, of course, on how it's being utilized. Is it a real timer or a lie and manipulation timer? Because those are real. The lies and manipulation timers are real. But to move away from that, if you'd like, foster engagement through genuine interest in your audience's journey. You can send emails that ask questions about what they need. You can host Q&A sessions, things that can really align with them to help guide them on the journey towards this is what this is truly about. So then people can make more inner discernment, feeding off of the genuine truth that you're sharing, rather than the fear of missing out, scarcity tactic. The next thing is to use this when it feels right sort of a messaging. So there's freedom when we as humans feel like we have choice, obviously. when we can say, if now doesn't feel like the right time, know that we'll be here whenever you're ready. Now, again, this is not going to get you $3 million overnight. It's not, because you're not driving scarcity. Now, the job for you as the visionary holding that space, you have to remind people. If they're on your list, they're there for a reason. We have to get back in and remind people, oh, and by the way, this is still on the table. And that is just another part of sharing gifts, sharing purpose. It's not really external pressure, which is different. And it then allows more humans to be more aware that they're in control of their journey. And it's just fostering that kind of abundance mindset. And I just want to end with a couple of practical magic making in action, or heart-centered marketing in action. Okay, so example 1, it's a meditation retreat or something. Instead of saying limited spots left, don't miss this life-changing event. Instead, here are some other wordsmithing things that you can utilize to potentially again, foster this more genuine way of speaking. And you can say, we'd be honored to have you with us for this retreat if it feels right for you. We're creating a peaceful, welcoming space for inner growth, and we'd love to share it with you. We have 30 spots, and when those are gone. Because that's true. You're not going to keep inviting 30 people, then 30 more people, then 30 more people, right? So you're just being honest here. That is a truly honest way of being genuine. And you're not using any lies, and you're not using any manipulations. And let's just, for another example, let's say there's an online course. Instead of saying, again, only 2 spots left, act now. You can say, if this course aligns with your journey, we'd love for you to join, or I'd love for you to join. We keep groups very small to make sure everyone gets personal attention, and we're keeping this open for 20 days. If you'd like to join this course, join by this date. Again, you're being honest because there's a closing date. That's the difference. For you all that resonate as a spiritual entrepreneur or a way shower or anyone holding this sacred space to really assist humanity and animals and plants and this earth, etc. This approach of the joy of joining in brings peace. It brings more alignment and fulfillment to your work and to the way that you're speaking, instead of doing the same things that everyone else are doing in this bro marketing, aggressive marketing way. And so you can move forward in the knowing that you're sharing your work in a way that truly reflects your values. The joy of joining in isn't a marketing tactic. It's actually a commitment to building compassionate, mindful connection around your purpose and what you're doing in this world. And the truth is, in a world that's increasingly driven by scarcity and urgency, the joy of joining in is a refreshing, heart-centered approach that resonates with the people who are ready for something that has more meaning, more depth. And you're not only marketing your offers, you're actually building a world where more humans can feel free, where they can feel like they're seen, where they feel like they're welcome. And I know that is something that is worth building. So the next time you share your work with the world, remember this. Invite humans in gently. Let them know they're welcome, and trust those who are ready will come. And they will come when they are ready, joyfully and wholeheartedly. If you liked this video, please subscribe. And of course, you can hit the notification button if you'd like to get notified of future videos. And please do share this with other heart-centered entrepreneurs, business owners, aka the sacred mission holders in this world. Because as a small channel and a newer channel, we are always wanting to be shared with those that resonate with this message. Thank you again, and thank you for supporting